Hello viewers, welcome to our channel. Today my topic will be on the SOLAS chapter 1. In my last two video sessions, I had told you that what all things you will get in various chapters. In the 17 chapters altogether we are having in the SOLAS, and today I'll try to tell you on SOLAS chapter 1 what all important things are there one by one. Sorry. It contains total 3 parts: Part A, Part B and Part C. Part A covers about application, definitions, etc. That means what the rules we can apply on which category of ships and some definitions, etc. It has total 5 regulations. Part A. In Part A, Regulation 1, first of all thing will come to know what is the meaning of this application. That means where we can apply these rules and regulations for which category of ship. This is only for the ships engaged in the international voyage. That means this regulation under this Part A will not be applicable for the coastal or near coastal vessel. Regulation 2, definitions, which says about definitions of administration, international voyage, passenger ship, tanker, cargo ship, etc. First of all, that for the beginners, we should know what is the exactly meaning of this, what is called the administration, what is called international voyage, what is the meaning of passenger ship, tanker ship, and so on. Regulation 3. Here we will come to know about some exemptions. What exemptions? That means for which category of ships the present rules and regulations will not be applicable. Like below 500 gross tonnage vessels, warships, etc. are exempted for this type of regulation. Regulation 4 will say that some exemptions, which means that if a vessel is not normally engaged in international voyage, but in some special circumstances she has to do a single side voyage, then the administration may exempt all such rules and regulations for international voyages. Suppose one vessel is doing that coastal or near coastal vessel, but due to some is dry docking, she has to go some international port, some other countries. So for this single international voyages, some things may exempt. That administration flag state will decide, or some RO will work on it under the guidance, under the some instructions of the flag state, and single such voyages they can make exempt for some international rules and laws, but she has to comply all safety requirement for that particular international voyage. Regulation 5, it says about equivalent. What is the meaning of it? It says about some particular fitting, material, appliances or apparatus that can be fitted or carried in a ship. In some cases, suppose some things are not available of that particular vessel, then some equivalent category, if that some surveyor can give their permission as per equivalent, like you're fitting some material that you can apply. But always remember what all things you have to fit, that you have to inform your class surveyor or maybe flag state. Next, Part B. Under this, total 15 regulations are there. So we'll come to know what all things are there. In Regulation 6, inspection and survey, they have talked about. Here it says about the surveyor's role on vessel survey and inspection, nominated by administrations or by the class surveyor under administration. Vessel's condition will be assessed by the surveyor, and if vessel doesn't comply, then corrective action has to be taken prior beginning of the voyage. Regulation 7, surveys of the passenger ship. Yes, in this regulation, we'll come to know the procedure and what all things we have to survey of the passenger ship only. Under this regulation, we'll come to know the various survey procedure of the passenger ship. Regulation 8, that surveys of the life-saving appliances and other equipments of the cargo ship. It will be applicable for ships above 500 GT and above. An initial survey, a renewal survey, a periodical survey, and an additional survey. How all this will be carried on ships like cargo and passenger ship? Here we'll get everything. Regulation 9, surveys of the radio installations of the cargo ship. Under these regulations, we come to know about that radio installations, including those used in the life-saving appliances of cargo ships, to which Chapter 3 and 4 apply, shall be subject to the survey, as for example an initial, a renewal, a periodical, and an additional survey. Regulation 10. Surveys of the structure, machinery, and equipment of the cargo ship. Under this regulation, surveys like initial, renewal, intermediate, and annual will be carried out on cargo ship. This will come to know. Next, this survey shall be such as to ensure that arrangements, materials, cantilings, and workmanship of the structure, boilers, and other pressure vessels, their apparatuses, main and auxiliary machinery, including steering gear, electrical installation, etc. So everything will come to know under this regulation. This is an important thing. Next, regulations 11.